Guys, will do an oil change on the Cub Cadet GTX1054. With the hood, this has the Kohler Courage 27 horsepower. Alright guys, if you're setting on the machine, this is the right hand side of the mower. Just below the starter on this particular model, it has that quick drain, and I'll show you here. You see the yellow with the black cap on it. Recommend getting an old toothbrush and cleaning away any dirt or debris from around there. And then you'll pop the little black cap off, which exposes the drain hole. And then there's an included hose with the mower that you just pop the hose on, turn it about a quarter of a turn, and it'll pull out. I'll show you in just a minute how the fitting works. But if you can see right at the back of the engine block, you'll see the fastener that bolts this mechanism onto the block. Check, because if you just turn this loose, you can see that metal fastener back there, which I can't do it right yet, but it will loosen up on you. You don't want this thing to come out, lose all your engine oil, nor do you want this to loosen up and pop out and bleed it out as you're mowing. So there's good and bad about this thing. You got to always be conscious of it and always remember. Alright guys, continuing on with the oil change on the Kohler 27 horsepower. Model is a SV740, and this is on the Cub Cadet GTX1054. So we're on the filter side, which if you're setting on the mower, on the left side under the hood, obviously. Clean the filter off good with a rag or towel, blue shop towel. If you got any crud around there, you want to try to clean all that up as best as possible. Before you loosen the filter up, you don't want to get any crud in the block. But I'm going to clean that off and break it loose. And I've got one of these claw style filter tools for removing filters. You wouldn't want to crank it on with this baby. Hand tighten, then a turn with your hand as far as tightening, or a half a turn with your hand. Once you get it snug, now if you're really weak, then snug and then a turn. If you're a pretty strong dude, snug it up good, and a half a turn to a turn, you're good. So I'll put that on. I could probably break it loose with my hand, but we'll see. Anyway, if not, I'll use this tool. I'm gonna do that. Got the pan underneath, and I'm gonna dam it up with some shop towels under the filter, because it's gonna, I don't want to get oil all over everything on that pulley down there. So I'll get some protection underneath prior to removing the filter, so I don't drip oil all over that electric PTO pulley. Guys, so I cleaned around the filter good. Got it dammed up now. Remove the filter. I got it broke loose, so I'm going to go on and just remove it by hand. Let's see how our catch rag worked. That'll keep all that oil off that pulley down there. Then, because I only got one hand without a tripod, I'm going to wipe off all that excess oil with a spotless, clean, brand new shop disposable shop towel. All the mating surfaces, everything. Show you here. I've got a replacement filter. This is a Napa Gold 7000. It cross-referenced with the Kohler filter. These Napa filters are Wix brand filters, and they are some of the best filters on the market. You can do the research. Wix filters are awesome. So this Napa Gold is the same as the Wix Premium, and I can't remember what Wix calls it, like their X something series or something. But anyway, excellent filters. Guys, so when my gloves were clean, they're dirty now, but I took and oiled up the seal, the contact surfaces, and I put oil on everything you can see on that filter right there. Threads, just the metal and everything. But the main thing is to get it on the seal there. And I've got that all wiped down good and clean, so now I'll thread this on. Alright, we're good and snug, and then I'll throw another turn on it, half turn or so. Alright, got the filter on, and if you notice I cleaned really good up underneath on the frame where the filter, below the filter. That way it'll tell you a great deal. Tell you if you got any leaks or anything like that, if you keep it fairly clean in there. Alright guys, I have drained the oil out of here. A little residual might come out of the hole there, but I'm going to show you. See the groove up here? You see it's just like a quarter turn. You see that little pin there? You turn it down just a hair, like a 1/16 of a turn, and then pull it out. But I've already drained oil, so I'm just going to show you what to do. So you'll find the cap. First off, clean all around there with a brush or something, compressed air, whatever. Pop the cap off with your included hose. I think it's like a 1/2 inch hose or something, clear poly hose. Push your hose over top of the nipple. Then if that slot back here has a bunch of dirt and stuff in it, it don't want to turn and pull out, so you might have to clean that slot out. But anyway, turn that a fraction of a turn. You see there where it turned, and then pull it out. See there? And I'll go around there and you might see some oil coming out, some residual. Just a little bit. But anyway, you see how it works there. So push it back in and turn it, make sure it seats all the way. And you can't really get your fingers on it. Can't see what I'm doing. Let me get it right and I'll show you. Alright, I got it fastened back in, but with this quick release thing, guys, I'm not crazy about it, because if that thing works loose while you're mowing, if you're not watching it and that low oil shut off doesn't work, you're screwed. But I've got it locked up in there, so it should be fine. So anyway, you see that channel? It goes up and turns, and then that pin's up there in that far corner up there, locking it in place. So now, pop the cap back on, and top it off with oil. Alright guys, time to fill it up. Check the capacity on this Cub Cadet with this 27 horsepower Kohler Courage. 1.7 to 1.9 quarts. So I've cleaned all around, got all the dust and debris off from around the dipstick. I'm going to pull it out, set it to the side, and I'll clean it off in a moment. I got a good clean funnel. It's critical not to get any crap down in there, because if you don't know, engine tolerances are really critical and they don't handle dirt too well. So I've in our area, it gets in the teens sometimes in the winter. So I'm going to run a 10W30, which is what the book calls for. Main thing is to check their those specs there. Oil they're making these days, for the most part, if it passes those specs, then it's good oil, no matter really the brand. I used to be kind of brand conscious in terms of oil, and I still kind of am, but it's not a big of a deal as what it used to be years and years ago. So I found this mobile here. I'm going to run 1030, so it's completely empty. I'm going to throw 1.5 quarts to it, and then I'll fire it up, park it in a flat area. I'm on a hill right now. 1.5 quarts, fire it up, let it settle, check it, and go from there. The factory, not factory, but the Kohler part number. I had bought the Kohler filter a couple times before and started buying the wicks. Alright guys, oil change. I put in 1.5 quarts. Like I said, capacity is 1.7 to 1.9 quarts. First startup after the oil change. Alright guys, 1.5 quarts, and I can't hold and check the oil at the same time, so what I'm doing right now is I pull the dipstick out. I'm going to put it in all the way, and we'll check it. Not sure if you can tell or not, but it's to the first line. Right here. So, just like I said, 1.7 to 1.9, so I add another 1/4 quart, and it should be good to go. Oh yeah, the dipstick that I have is the, it's not the threaded one, it's the O-ring one. To check it, just push it all the way in and pull it out. On the threaded one, you got to thread it all the way in to check it and pull it out. So when you check it, thread it all the way in, thread it all the way out, and then check it. My father-in-law's Kawasaki, I think all you got to do is not thread it to check it.